Zoom closed the account of a group of prominent US-based Chinese activists after they held a Zoom event commemorating the 31st anniversary of the June 4 Tiananmen Square massacre.
Here's a summary of the article.
The U.S. video conferencing company Zoom closed the account of a group of prominent U.S.-based Chinese activists after they held a Zoom event commemorating the 31st anniversary of the June 4 Tiananmen Square massacre, Axios has learned. Details: Zhou Fengsuo, founder of the U.S. nonprofit Humanitarian China and former student leader of the 1989 Tiananmen protests, organized the May 31 event held through a paid Zoom account associated with Humanitarian China. On June 7, the Zoom account displayed a message that it had been shut down, in a screenshot viewed by Axios. Zhou has not been able to access the account since then, and Zoom has not responded to his emails, he told Axios. A second Zoom account belonging to a pro-democracy activist, Li Chukyan, a former Hong Kong politician and pro-democracy activist, was also closed in late May. Li has also received no response from Zoom. As the most commercially popular meeting software worldwide, Zoom is essential as an unbanned outreach to Chinese audiences remembering and commemorating Tiananmen massacre during the coronavirus pandemic. The company has acknowledged that much of its product development has been based in China, and that some Zoom calls were accidentally routed through Chinese servers.
This post received a score of 49,000, with an upvote ratio of 95%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Greater than Zoom has faced growing scrutiny over security concerns and its ties to China. And, of course, Zoom is not alone. It'll be interesting to see how many companies will continue doing business with China.
Millions use it because it's so damn easy to use, but the security flaws are real. It was the chance to do it. Edit, to say up front, I don't have an answer to your requirements to use it. The fact that the whole world suddenly uses it will very certainly be abused as we see now. The data that is theoretically collectible is enormous, same as the value. Here's a statement from a Verge article. Zoom elaborated on the policy in a statement.
Hard to do when all my mother's doctors use it to check on her.
Hard to do when my boss demands we use it. But he's also owned by Tencent, so there's no way for us to win anyway.
Edit, a bunch of people are letting me know despite what I wrote below, Zoom can still do a lot of sketchy stuff even when in the browser. Point is, try to avoid using it if you have the discretion to do so. From what I understand, even tech companies are still using Zoom but only within the browser. The issue lies in installing it on your system, where shady stuff can be done. However, in the browser, it's really constrained to being manipulated only when you're on their webpage. If I'm wrong, someone please correct me because I don't want to mislead people.
That won't stop them from doing facial, voice recognition though, and collecting data like mouse position only within the page.
Sad face, I'm partial to Meet, which is Google's alternative to Zoom. It's a real shame that almost none of my interviewers have been using it.
It's really good to know that Google values privacy so much. Whenever I think of the companies that respect privacy, I always think Google. Subtle.
I fail to see, how did they even know?
I'm right there with you. How the hell did Zoom know what they were talking about?
I am not an expert at all. But Zoom isn't difficult to spy on, and they want it that way as far as everybody tells, and the Chinese government was most likely involved and demanded law enforcement. And he was monitored anyway because he is an activist, plus a meeting with Chinese citizens. Worse would be general screening about content of meetings. But as I said, quite a derp in this stuff. Edit, Zoom's declared will not to offer free end-to-end encryption to make it easier to work with law enforcement.
If it were with Chinese citizens, judging off how some are at foreign universities when it comes to anti-China, CCP stuff. One of them could have easily snitched on the meeting.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to Speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.